Good morning, students. In the last class, we have discussed about inverse trigonometric functions. Introduction, correct? So there, what did we discuss? Let us recall the domain and ranges of different trigonometric functions we have discussed. Okay, so and after that, to find the inverse of given function, first of all, function must be bijective. So for that, we have to restrict the domain and ranges of those trigonometric function to find the domain and ranges of inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so let us recall that once again. So before going forward to solving some problems in that. Okay, so now in that, so from the previous knowledge, so what do we discuss? Just let us see here. Now in this, so this is sine function, right? Sine function, domain and ranges, you can observe there. And similarly, sine inverse function, domain and range. Here, so this is the sine function domain. See here, by substituting minus pi by 2, we are getting minus 1. By substituting minus pi by 6, minus 30. So what will you get? Minus 1 by 2. Now by substituting pi by 4, we are getting plus 1 by root 2. Similarly, by substituting 30 also will get plus 1 by 2, different value. And if you substitute 60, so what will get? Root 3 by 2, correct? And if you substitute pi by 2, sine pi by 2 is 1. That means, so sine function is getting different values for different angles, correct or not? So these all resultant values are different by substituting values from where to where. If you observe this, so from where to where we are going to substitute there. See, minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 only we are getting different values as the results. Okay, that means different values of domain is having different values in the codomain, means a range. That means, so whenever different values have different images, that function is 1 1, and all the values from minus 1 to plus 1 we are going to get all the values we are getting here. That means, so what is that called? Range. So this happens just in trigonometric function, domain and range. Now tell me, what is the domain of sine function here? Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 is the domain of sine function. Similarly, what is the range here for sine function? Minus 1 to plus 1 here. So minus 1 to plus 1 is the domain of range of that trigonometric function. Clear? So now just observe cos inverse also in that. Now just observe sine inverse there. Okay. If you take sine inverse in this, so sine inverse will be reverse. Minus 1 to plus 1. Okay. So minus 1 to plus 1. If you see minus 1 to plus 1 will be the domain for sine, and minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 will be the range for sine inverse function here. So from this we can understand domain and ranges of this function, why we are taking these intervals as domain and ranges in that function. Okay, see here. Similarly, in case of cosine function also, its inverse function exists. Okay, so that will be invertible from where to where? 0 to pi. So that we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, see, 0 to pi will be the range for that. Okay, so now -1 to 1 is the domain for that cos inverse function. Okay, so from the function wherever it is bijective, from that only we are taking those intervals as domain and range of those inverse trigonometric function. Okay, so let us go forward in this. See, cosine function you can observe there. Okay, just observe in this. So let me clear all my drawings here. Now cosine function, see, cos 0, 1, correct? Now cos 30, root 3 by 2. Cos 60, 1 by 2. Cos 45, 1 by root 2. So cos 90 in between that, 0. Similarly, cos 120, what will you get? Cos 120 there. Cos 120, what will you get in that? So cos 120 means cos of 90 plus 30. Cos of 90 plus 30 means, so minus sine 30 minus 1 by 2 will get here. Okay, so now finally cos pi minus 1. That means from where to where we are getting different values for cos, from 0 to pi. That is the reason we take 0 to pi as the domain of cos function. Okay, see, 0 to pi is the domain for cos function, and by substituting angles from 0 to pi, what you are getting results -1 to +1. That means that is the range. Clear? Hope you have understood. Now cos inverse will be in reverse manner will take. So 0 to pi, 0 to pi will be the 0 to pi will be the range for that. Now similarly, so what is domain for this? -1 to +1. So -1 to +1 is the domain for cos inverse, and 0 to pi will be the range of cos inverse. So like that we have discussed yesterday also. Okay, so now just look at this. We have to remember domains and ranges of different inverse trigonometry function. So without knowing domain and range of inverse trigonometry function, will not be able to solve problems in this chapter. Okay, just have a look at that. Sine inverse x. So what is the domain of sine inverse x there? Sine inverse x domain is -1 to +1. Okay, now what is range? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval. So here also closed interval we have. Okay, so remember this. Clear? Now cos inverse. Cos inverse domain -1 to +1. Okay, so range as we discussed 0 to pi. Clear? Now tan inverse x, we can substitute all real values. So what is the domain of tan inverse x? R. Clear? Minus infinity to plus infinity. Now by substituting any angle in tan inverse, any value in tan inverse, what will you get? Range minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 open interval. Means pi by 2 minus pi by 2 cannot be a result for tan inverse, because that is undefined for tan. Correct? So for sine, for trigonometric functions, what is domain? Angles. What are the results? Values that were discussed in 11th class. But in 12th class, what is the domain of inverse functions? Domain of inverse functions are values, set of values, and ranges are intervals. Okay, see cot inverse x, if you see there also cot inverse x range is same. Sorry, domain is same. Tan inverse x and cot inverse x domain is R. Clear? And what is the range here? 0 to pi open interval. That also we have discussed. So 0 to pi closed interval is cos inverse x range. 0 to pi open interval is cot inverse x range. Clear? Now here secant inverse x. Secant inverse x anyway below -1 and above 1 only will be the domain for secant inverse x. Okay. Now, so from that, so what is the range there? 0 to pi closed interval except pi by 2. Why? For pi by 2 cos is 0. Wherever cos is 0, that angle should not be a result for secant inverse x. Okay, 0 to pi other than pi by 2. Now similarly, cos inverse x also, cosecant inverse x domain range also we can see there. Okay, so cosecant inverse x, now cosecant inverse x, uh, domain is same, below -1 including -1, above +1. Okay, from that what is the range? So it is, range is same as range of sine inverse x, minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 close interval, but except 0. So why except 0? Because at 0 sine is 0. Okay, sine 0 is 0. So wherever sine is 0, that angle should not be the result for cosecant inverse. Clear? So now let us go forward to discuss some problems in that. Okay. Now, so we can go for exercise number 2.1 in that. Okay, so from that we'll see. Now, so yesterday we have stopped here. Okay, so these are the things we have learnt in 11th class. So sine domain is R, range is -1 to 1. Generally, it is not bijective, right? It is not bijective. To take domain and ranges for its inverse, we have to restrict these intervals. Okay, so these are the general domain and ranges. Remember, these are the general domains and ranges. These are the general domains and ranges. Clear? Now, so in this, -1 to +1 is a range. Okay, R tends to -1 to +1 for cosine. The tangent R except odd multiple of 90. For odd multiple of 90, tan is 0. That's why except that. So result is R. Okay, so these are we have discussed in 11th class. Okay, so now we'll go for next question in this. Now in this exercise 2.1, before going to take 2.1 there, so we have observed these inverse trigonometry function graphs. Okay, after that this is important. Okay, as I discussed yesterday, domain and ranges of inverse trigonometry function. Just remember these. This table is very important. Okay, so let us go for solving some problems in exercise 2.1. Okay, and before solving any problem we have to check whether that resultant angle belongs to its range or not, means it's a result or not. That's what we have to check. See here, sine inverse of 1 by root 2. For 1 by root 2, what is the angle? 45. 45. 45. So 45 is the uh, 45 is the angle. Angle lies in between that. So angle is pi by 4 belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 will have. So from that, now sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Okay, so pi minus pi by 4 we can write, or pi by 4 also we can write. Okay, sine 45 is 1 by root 2 there. Here sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Okay, so 1 by root 2, sine 45, sine inverse sine get cancelled there, pi by 4. So pi by 4 belongs to this interval or not? Minus pi by 2, pi by 2. So that is the principal value of that. Okay, so that we've discussed, right? So now let us go for next problem in this. Now, see here, domain and ranges, you have to remember these. Okay, so whatever resultant value we get, that must lies in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 for sine inverse x, 0 to pi for cos inverse x, for cos inverse x, that must lies in between 0 to pi, 0 to pi close interval. Clear? Now, for tan inverse x, whatever result we are going to get, that must lie in this interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 open interval. And what about cot inverse x? 0 to pi open interval. Here 0 to pi close interval. Here 0 to pi open interval. Clear? So now, here, next secant inverse x, whatever result we'll get, so that must lies in that 0 to pi except pi by 2. Okay, so these all things we have to remember to solve any problem in this chapter. Okay, so now let us see this question. Actually, this is the first question in NCR textbook. So principal value of sine inverse of 1 by 2. Actually, these problems can be solved in three ways. In any way we can solve. Okay, so first of all, identifying the angle directly, that is important. Okay, see, sine inverse of minus 1 by 2. So how can you find sine inverse of minus 1 by 2? Directly, can't you say it is minus 30? Correct? Because sine inverse of 1 by 2, 30 degrees. Sine inverse of minus 1 by 2 is minus 30. Can I take minus 30 as the result? Yes, because minus 30 lies in between that interval or not? Or range or not? What is our range? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 close interval. Correct? So can I take that as the result? So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Correct? Because this resultant angle lies in that. Okay, so what is working method for CBSE that you would understand? Just take this function as any variable. Okay, x. Okay, after that sine inverse comes here, that will become sine x equal minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2, how can I write? Minus sine 30. Okay, so directly I cannot cancel sine on both sides. First of all, we have to change this minus. So can I take minus this minus inside? This minus inside? Okay, because minus sine x, can I write as sine of minus x? Because sine of minus x is minus sine x, we know. So now sine get cancel, x equal minus pi by 6. So x equal minus pi by 6, correct or not? Yes, because this minus 30 lies in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus 92 plus 90, it lies. Okay, like this we can solve, or directly also we can say the answer for this. Sine inverse of 1 by 2 generally pi by 6, correct? What about sine inverse of minus 1 by 2? Minus pi by 6, correct? But before taking minus pi by 6, we have to make sure that angle lies in our range or not. Lies in sine inverse range or not. Yes, so this angle is correct. Now in this also we can solve. See, this minus 1 by 2, this minus 1 by 2, I can write as minus sine pi by 6. Clear? After that, so can I cancel sine inverse sine directly? No. First of all, let us take this minus inside. Okay. So sine of pi by 6, sine of minus pi by 6 I can write. So now sine inverse sine get cancelled. Then we'll get minus pi by 6. So minus pi by 6 lies in that interval. Clear? So like that we can solve problems in this first exercise. So solving these problems are very easy. Okay. Now, shall we go for next problem in this? Now. So exercise 2.1, this problem we have solved. Okay. Now, let us go for next question in this. Question number 4. Find the principal value of tan inverse of minus root 3. If you are given tan inverse of root 3, we would have written the answer directly, correct? Okay. So whenever angle is given it as plus root 3, then we can write as pi by 3 as the answer, correct or not? Tan 60 is the root 3, correct or not? Right? But here minus root 3 given, correct? First of all, whenever you are given tan inverse of something, you have to recall its range. So what is the range of tan inverse x? Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 open interval. You have to remember this result first before solving, before writing first step. Okay, now, so minus root 3 means, can I write as pi minus pi by 3 or directly minus pi by 3? Yes, I can write minus pi by 3 directly because minus pi by 3 lies in that interval or not? Yes. So directly we can take. So no need to write, no need to convert it as pi minus pi by 3 like this. So directly I can write tan of minus pi by 3. So tan words cancel there. Okay, then minus pi by 3 left. So that minus pi by 3 lies in this. Okay, so I can write the answer for this as minus pi by 3 because minus pi by 3 lies in that tan inverse range, which is minus 92 plus 90. Minus 92 plus 90. Clear? So minus pi by 3 is correct. Clear? Now, so let us go for next problem in this. Question number 5. Now, principal value of tan inverse of minus 1. Have a look at that. Principal value of tan inverse of minus 1. First of all, you have to remember these values as we discussed before. Sine inverse of minus x minus sine x. Tan of minus x minus tan x. Cot of minus x minus cot x. Cosecant of minus x minus cosecant x. So these are very important to remember, and we have discussed these already in class 11. Okay, only for cos of minus x, cos x, secant of minus x, secant x. That's why we call these two as even functions, and rest for our odd function because f of minus x equal minus f of x, that is odd. F of minus x equals to f of x, so that is even. Clear? Now, so tan inverse of minus 1. So how I'm solving here? See, can you tell the answer for this directly? What is the answer? Minus pi by 4, correct? Because minus pi by 4 lies in its range or not? So what is the range of tan inverse of x? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, open interval, correct? So here minus pi by 4 belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, open interval. So directly we can tell the answer here. But how can you solve in CBSE for getting 2 marks or 1 mark? See, like this. First of all, take this as y. So take tan inverse to right hand side. Then tan y equals to minus 1. So minus 1 means minus tan 45. So first of all, let me take minus inside. Okay. Tan minus tan x can I write as tan of minus x? Minus tan x can I write as tan of minus x? See, minus tan x we can write as tan of minus x. So tan cancel now. So y equals to minus y of 4. Is it the answer correct? Yes, because it lies in its range, correct? So always before finding any problem in this inverse trigonometric function, first of all we have to make sure that result is coming in its range or not. That is very important in this. Okay, so let us go for next problem in this. Now, so this we have solved. Let us go for question number 7. Secant inverse of 2 by root 3. Can you say the answer directly? Yes, because if you don't know what is the angle for 2 by root 3, but do you know what is angle for root 3 by 2 for cos? Because 2 by root 3 is for secant. Obviously root 3 by 2 for cos. Where will you get root 3 by 2 for cos? For which angle? Cos 30. Correct. Cos 30 root 3 by 2. Obviously secant 30 also root 3, 2 by root 3. It's a reciprocal, correct or not? That means directly angle will be pi by 6. Okay. So answering directly is easy here in this inverse trigonometric function. Nothing is there. Okay, but we have to make sure that first of all, what is your first step? Before writing any step while solving problem in inverse trigonometric function, what is your duty? You have to recall its range. Tell me what is the range of this? 0 to pi, closed interval, except pi by 2. So this thing we have to remember before solving any problem. Okay. So if I write 30 as the answer, is this correct? 30 lies in this interval or not? Yes. Okay. That is what principal angle? Yes. We are writing principal value or not? Yes. Now, so secant inverse of secant pi by 6. Secant inverse get cancelled there. Pi by 6 will get. So pi by 6 is our answer because it lies in its range. Okay. Clear? Now, shall we go for next problem in this? Yes. See this. Question number 11. What was given? Tan inverse of 1 plus cos inverse of minus 1 by 2 plus sin inverse of minus 1 by 2. So, TK, let us solve this problem directly. So, without writing any steps, directly we'll try to answer for this. Okay? Are you ready? Right. Tan inverse of 1. Tell the answer directly. Pi by 4. Clear? Because pi by 4 lies in that open interval minus 92 plus 90. Correct. Next, tell me what is cos inverse of minus 1 by 2? Cos inverse of 1 by 2, okay. But cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. First of all, you tell me cos inverse range 0 to pi open interval, correct? 0 to pi open interval. So 0 to pi close interval, right? So 0 to pi means how can I write here? Pi minus pi by 3 to make it positive. Pi minus pi by 3 means 2 pi by 3. Yes. So 2 pi by 3 I can write. Okay. So whenever it is positive, directly we would have written pi by 3. But it is negative now. We can write pi minus. Why pi minus? Pi minus means second quadrant. Correct? Sorry. Yes. Pi minus second quadrant, it is negative. So 2 pi by 3. Now sin inverse of minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 means minus 30. Can I write minus 30? Minus 30 is there in its range. Yes. So I can write minus pi by 3 for the last expression. Okay. So now tell me, so what is the answer for this? See here, 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 3. Pi by 3. Finally, pi by 3 plus pi by 4. Pi by 3 plus pi by 4 means pi by 3 60. Pi by 4 45. 60 plus 45. What do you get? 105. 105 means 3 pi by 4. Clear? So like that we can answer directly. So mostly for 1 mark. Okay. But here how can I solve? For CBSE like this is solve here. Tan inverse of 1. Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2. Sin inverse of minus 1 by 2. First of all, let us write the given question. Now 1 how can I write? Tan 45. Now minus 1 by 2 how can I write? By keeping minus as it is, minus cos pi by 3, right? After that, sin inverse minus sin pi by 6. Okay, so this thing can be as it is. Now here this minus, how can write minus cos x as? Can I write cos of minus x? No, because what is the range of cos inverse? 0 to pi. That's why we have to write minus cos x as cos of pi minus x. Cos of pi minus x. Below pi only, angle is acceptable. Okay, 0 to pi. So pi minus pi by 3 I can write. Now sin inverse of, can I take minus inside here? Why? Minus 30 lies in its range. That's why I'm taking minus inside directly here. But here we are writing pi minus pi by 3. So whatever angle lies in that range, that only will take, accordingly will change. Here, now here, directly for this 2 by 3, 2 pi by 3 will get. For this tan was tan cancel, will get pi by 4. And for this, minus pi by 6. Clear? So now we can simplify this, we'll get the answer. Hope you've understood. Right? Now, let us go for next question in this. So now question number 14. Tan inverse of root 3 minus secant inverse of 2 minus 2. So here also, can you try to answer this directly? It's very easy. Try to answer this directly. Tan inverse of root 3 means, where will you get root 3 for tan? 60. So pi by 3 can I write? Pi by 3. Okay. Now secant inverse of minus 2. What is secant inverse of 2? Secant inverse of 2 means 60. Here minus 60. Okay, but can I take minus 60 for secant inverse? No, there is no negative angle for secant inverse range. Then what is the range of secant inverse? 0 to pi open interval except pi by 2. You can recall that. Okay, except pi by 2 angle. Okay, so that means, can I take minus pi by 3 here? No. Okay, but how can I write this? Pi minus pi by 3 I can write, because where secant is negative, second quadrant. So secant pi minus pi by 3 we should write. See, like this. Means 2 pi by 3 we can remember directly. For this, by practice we can remember the angle directly. Secant inverse of minus 2, 2 pi by 3. Cos inverse of minus 1 by 2, 2 pi by 3. Just we did that problem before. Okay, so minus 2 pi by 3 I can write. Okay, so now, so what is the answer for this finally? Pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3 means, that is minus pi by 3. So how can I write steps? So like this. Okay, here tan pi by 3 I can write in brackets. Here minus secant pi by 3. Okay, minus secant pi by 3, directly I cannot take negative angle. Before taking negative angle or before taking any angle, you have to recall its range, whether that resultant angle lies in its range or not. Accordingly will change. That is very important. That's why I told you to remember domains and ranges of different inverse trigonometry function. Clear? Hope you've understood this problem. Okay, let us go for next problem in this. That's it. Okay, so now take these for homework. Okay, exercise 2.1, whatever left, just go for solving all those. How many problems I'm giving? 8, 11, 14. 14 problems I'm going to give. Along with these problems homework, you have to remember domains and ranges of different inverse trigonometry function. That is compulsory. Okay, so that is very important to go forward to the next exercise in the chapter. Clear? Just solve these problems. Anyway, I'm giving 1.5 day for this. Okay, so you have to submit these on 21st morning. Okay, by 21st morning you can submit this. Clear? I'm giving ample time for that. Okay, hope you've understood. Thank you. So I'm going to signing off.